Thanks for inviting us in. It's 11 o'clock and we begin this Friday night with breaking news on the north side of Indianapolis, where a girl was stabbed at Castleton Square Mall. All of this unfolding around 9 o'clock tonight. Investigators did not tell us how old the girl is, only calling her a juvenile. Police say 3 girls showed up at Castleton Square Mall to target a 4th girl who was working there. They tell us there was a fight. One of the girls was stabbed with scissors. That girl was taken to the hospital and said to be stable. Right now, police are asking anyone with information or video to please reach out to them. They're also asking, where are the parents?
Why are these juveniles out this late and not accompanied by parents? These juveniles can't even drive yet, but they're up here at the mall, so somebody had to drop them off. We constantly say we need the parents' help. They need to keep track of their kids, and this is another example where the parents aren't watching their kids.
Police told us tonight that everyone involved has now been detained. And we're also following breaking news tonight out of Rushville. That's where state police are investigating after Rush County law enforcement shot and killed a man. They tell us this happened as officers responded to a domestic disturbance around 5 o'clock tonight involving shots fired inside of a home. State police tell us the armed man did not comply with orders from officers, so that's when the officers fired shots hitting the suspect. A woman was injured tonight, but investigators did not tell us how. She was treated and released at the scene. Investigators have not released the names of anyone involved tonight. We'll continue following these breaking news stories closely overnight. You'll find any breaking developments on Sunrise beginning tomorrow morning at 6. And now to pressure at the pump. Indiana gas prices and the efforts to lower them. Leaders in the state of Indiana now combating international influence on Hoosier wallets. Tonight, our Logan Gay is taking a closer look at the true impact of temporary relief measures and why more needs to be done. Logan?
Yes, Scott, high gas prices are hitting Hoosiers hard, and we're now 2 days into the 30-day gas tax suspension ordered by Governor Mike Braun. An economic expert says the move could bring some relief, but how much people actually save and how quickly they see those savings remains unclear. With high gas prices at the pump because of the conflict with Iran, some drivers say they're cutting back however they can.
The gas has been halfway filling up. I ain't been filling up my tank all the way. You take $100, $110 to fill out my tank now. It used to be like $75.
I've been looking closely at, how I manage my, budget with my meals and stuff like that. So just kind of getting it all to work out, just a normal blue collar guy, and it's pretty tight.
With gas prices climbing above $4.10 a gallon in Indianapolis, Governor Mike Braun announced a 30-day suspension of the state's gas tax, cutting prices by about 17 cents per gallon.
It's a big deal. I mean, anywhere you can cut corners, that's great.
I don't know unless I see my gas in my tank.
But an economics expert at the University of Indianapolis says drivers may not see that relief right away because global factors still play a role.
We see the suspension of the tax. It may be that a station has gas in their tanks, they're selling it at a certain price, and that price is going to stay there until they work through that and then order another tank load.
Still, he says over time, the savings should start to show.
As it works its way through, it will be beneficial, and it's probably going to have different effects in different parts of the state because gasoline prices are not uniform across the states.
In the meantime, he says the best way to save is simple. Use less gas and shop around.
I think that's probably about all we can do at the moment.
Belcher told me he found 2 other states that have recently suspended their gas tax, Georgia and Utah. Governor Braun says he will reevaluate after the 30 days to see if the suspension should be extended.
Well, as we take a look at our forecast heading into the weekend, temperatures have cooled down quite a bit. We're into the 40s and 50s. The skies are starting to clear. Any of the leftover showers that were out there earlier have now pushed down to the south, and the clearing skies We're going to allow our temperatures to drop even more than where they are currently. So we'll end up in the 30s and 40s by tomorrow morning. Bit of a chilly start to the weekend forecast, but we are expecting to warm up. First, you're going to see plenty of sunshine, and that will help to move the temperatures up into the mid to upper 60s by the afternoon. A couple of clouds building in by the afternoon, and Sunday will be much warmer. I'll show you that part of the forecast coming up.
All right, Rob, thanks so much. What an incredible conclusion to NASA's mission to the moon. 4 astronauts tonight safely returning to Earth after a journey that most of us can only imagine. A marvel of human ingenuity. 10 days, more than 695,000 miles. The Artemis II crew testing the Orion spacecraft, collecting critical information that will influence the future of this program. Because sometimes science and discovery need a human touch. So when you think of lunar legacies, most of us think of one name, Neil Armstrong. Before he became the first man to walk on the moon, he walked the paths on Purdue's campus. After all, as Alex Almanza shows us tonight, West Lafayette's connection to exploration beyond Earth, like space itself, runs deep.
And that's why Purdue is affectionately called the cradle of astronauts. The Boilermaker presence is everywhere, from West Lafayette to here in Indy, and the next chapter of space exploration. 4 astronauts are back home, splashing into the Pacific Ocean after a 10-day voyage around the moon. A Navy ship retrieving the vessel just after 8 Eastern Time Friday night. Aboard the recovery team, 3 Purdue alums. Their mission, helping bring the Artemis II crew safely home.
It's a huge point of pride for the state of Indiana that we have we have people from different disciplines who have graduated from Purdue University taking place in such a historic moment where the world is watching.
From engineering to spacecraft recovery, Purdue grads play a critical role both in space and here on Earth.
And then, believe it or not, there's typically agricultural connections. How are you eating, living, growing things in space? All of those types of connections come into play as well.
It's a legacy rooted in history.
That's one small step for man.
From the first man to walk the moon to today's Boilermakers helping lead humanity back.
Purdue is the cradle of astronauts. We are the hub for space research, exploration, innovation in a variety of different disciplines.
A legacy that continues to inspire the next generation of explorers. Purdue says it hopes missions like Artemis II inspire students across Indiana to pursue careers in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. And with this mission, students here could one day be the first to walk on another planet. In Indianapolis, Alex Almanza, 13 News.
So from the Artemis II launch to splashdown, we have covered it all. You can see more from this moon mission right now over on WTHR.com. Tonight, the state fire marshal is helping emergency crews figure out what caused a massive fire at this apartment building. It was under construction at a senior community in Franklin. Luckily, no one was living there yet. It was set to open in just 100 days, but the flames and smoke forced people in an adjoining building out of their homes. All of this started around 5:15 this morning. Staff members at 3 Compass Park had everyone evacuated within just 17 minutes of that alarm. The CEO told us they trained for moments just like this.
And my biggest fear is a fire on a campus like this, you know. We practice every single month, fire drills, every shift. Our staff's tuned in, what to do if, what to do when.
Compass Park is working tonight to temporarily relocate the displaced residents. 3 workers who helped with the evacuation process early this morning were taken to the hospital for possible smoke inhalation. We are told they are all treated and released. New tonight at 11, a 17-year-old is now under arrest connected to a shooting on the northeast side of Indianapolis. All of this unfolding Tuesday morning on Edgemere Court, that's near 42nd and Sherman. The person who was shot was reportedly in critical condition at the time. The suspect faces preliminary charges of criminal recklessness and dangerous possession of a firearm. Tonight, a senior at Fishers High School is accused of exploiting children, at least 10 of them. Investigators say the crimes didn't just happen here in Indiana. I want you to see this map. Allegations stretching to Kansas, Oklahoma, and Texas. Investigators tell us 18-year-old Carson Springer connected with his victims both in person and online. Police say the parents of a 14-year-old girl told officers they found explicit videos of their daughter and Springer. That started the investigation. Police say they searched Springer's phone and discovered child sex abuse material involving at least 10 underage girls. They went on to say that 3 of the girls were used in AI-generated images. Advocates say it's imperative that parents know what their kids are doing online.
We really need to also be teaching parents about how to have those conversations with their youth and their preteens about how to use those applications responsibly and those technologies responsibly so that they're not perpetrating those crimes on their peers.
Charged with 13 felonies, he's due back in court in June. Now, we did reach out to his attorney today, who declined to comment. A windshield shattered during a drive along I-65 in Johnson County.
We had no clue. I mean, it was terrifying.
Tonight, the small projectile that caused a big scare and why there may not be much anyone can do about it.